What's up, everyone? Happy Friday to all of you. Hope everyone's doing good, enjoying the summer, getting through this pandemic. Seems like we're somewhat on the downslide of it, but that just depends on what brand of media that you watch. I've had a couple of comments that have been driving the direction of the way some of the videos are going. We're going to get off topic a little bit. I had what I considered a pretty important comment from a viewer in my previous video who was asking about basically a packing list for the academy. Now, keep in mind, when I went through, this was in 2013. I know you guys get tired of me saying I don't know or I don't remember, I don't recall. I am sorry for that. I can't speak on current policies or up to dates because I've been out of the game for a little while. I can just talk about my experience and hope that it's still similar to that. When I hired on, I got a letter from Human Resources with which academy I was going to report to, a date, and it had some basic information about what to bring with us. It talked about if we needed housing, that we would be housed at the barracks, which I talked about in previous videos. Those that are able to go home, if you live close enough to the academy, you're going to be able to go home in the evening. I think it was around 1600. Again, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 4, add 4 to that, 1600. Military time basics for you. I think it was around 1600, maybe 1630. Again, don't remember. We were released. You were on your own time. You could go do what you wanted to go do from there within reason, professionalism. That's the agency that we're working into. But that was your time. So after the first day, at the end of the PAT, that was when we were taken over to the barracks. We got our rooms, all that. Those who didn't need it, they either went home, went to stay with friends, got hotel rooms. It was up to them. If you stayed at the academy, meaning if you stayed in the barracks at the academy, you needed to be prepared for the time there. In my situation, I lived a little over 2.5 hours away, so I couldn't go home. So I packed for at least 5 days, knowing that we would have Saturday and Sunday off. I take that back. Hoping we were going to have Saturday and Sunday off. I was prepared with some cash if I needed to buy clothes, if I needed to. So, for the very first day, you need to show up just like it was for your interview or any other kind of professional interview that you're going to go to. I'm not downplaying any jobs. I don't mean an open interview at Dollar Tree, McDonald's. I'm not downplaying those jobs at all. Some careers want you to show up professionally attired. The whole suit, tie kind of thing. You're going in for this corporate job. You don't have to go to that level, but you do not, I repeat, do not want to show up in shorts, flip-flops, t-shirts, bathrobes, pajama pants. That does happen. Those individuals usually don't last very long. For my case, I went in a polo shirt. It wasn't ironed or starched, just a professional polo shirt, blue jeans, not pressed, but they weren't faded, torn, or ripped, and some polished black leather boots. Very similar to what cops would wear. Bates was the brand that I specifically chose. I'm not endorsing them at all. I'm not promoting them. That's just the kind of footwear I liked. The sporting goods store where I lived, Academy, they were usually sold for around $88 to $90. Took about 2 weeks or so to break in. After that, they were comfortable. They're light. They zipped up on the sides. You didn't have to mess with the laces much. And they were fairly easy to polish. If anybody's interested, I can do a class. I can actually do a demo about how to spit shine polish boots if you're interested in that. So, that was how I showed up for the first day. Males, grooming standards, you do need to be shaved. I don't know if you can see very well. This is a day and a half worth of growth on my face. Don't show up like that. You will be dismissed for the day. Yeah, and come back when you're shaved. You don't have to have a military reg haircut. You can have a professional looking haircut. Males, no ponytails, no mullets, bangs that come all the way down that you can flip over your head. Nothing like that. Got to think about it. Things like that, offenders can get their hands on. They can yank you around, use it to their advantage. You want to look relatively professional. Females, I'm sorry. Again, I don't remember. Professionally styled hair, I think you could have long hair styled up in a bun in the back, or haircut that could come down to the top of your shoulders, something to that nature. But a ponytail that comes down to mid back, no. Nothing like that. Braids, braided hair, pigtails, no, nothing like that. Something professionally attired. I don't know if the paperwork is still mailed out to the new recruits discussing that. Judging by some of the comments that I'm getting from individuals, probably not. So, because I knew that I wouldn't be able to go home, I packed a bag for at least 5 days. I had 5 pairs of jeans, more than that on the shirts because it was hot. I knew I was going to get sweaty. I think I had packed about 7 or 8 different polo shirts and button up shirts, plus physical attire. I thought we were going to PT every day. So I brought enough clothes with me, PT wise, shorts, socks, running shoes. I prefer New Balance, and basic t-shirts. Not cut off sleeves, not tank tops, not ripped and torn logos, nothing like that. Just as bare base as I could. That was because I didn't know what to expect when I got there. We would find out later on from our instructors what was acceptable and what wasn't acceptable. So I packed quite a bit. Basically, I packed for what you would pack for a 7-day vacation. Plenty of black socks for my boots, white socks for running shoes. I had a full set of luggage for that first week. Now, I would find out later on what I didn't actually need. Plus, at the end of the week, we were in uniforms. So the best advice I can give anybody who is going to report, be prepared for at least a good 5-day stretch if you don't live close. If you can't go home in the evening, if you can't make that driving distance, plan for at least a 5-day stretch. Bring plenty of that. Bring hygiene gear, razors, soap, shaving, shampoo, deodorant. None of that will be provided to you. None. Have some spending money. The deal about you're going to be provided 3 meals a day from them? No. That didn't happen. Not at first. We never had breakfast. Every now and again we would have lunch, dinner. We could get that every day. Where I stayed in Huntsville, we could go over to the Walls unit and we could eat in the ODR, the officer dining room, for dinner. But you do need to be self-sufficient enough to provide yourself a morning meal, a noon meal. If you don't eat those, great. If you do, be ready for it. Coffee, you can't bring it in the classroom with you. You can have it out in your car. You can have water. You can bring in a bottle with water, hydrate all day. Coffee, sodas, bangs, energy drinks, none of that brought into the facility. It's the same way when you get on the job. So that's your basic packing list for that one. I'm not going to get into any other kind of topics today. I wanted this to be quick, short, to the point. Bring enough for at least 5 days. Your instructors will cover with you after day 1 or day 2 what you're going to be wearing for the rest of the class. From there, your first day, go professionally attired. Be ready to change out into gym clothes for the PAT. Your next day, be professionally attired, and it's going to go from there. If it was anything like mine, you're going to be out of your civilian clothes probably by the end of that week. By Thursday or Friday, you should have your uniforms, and by Monday of week 2, you should be in your uniforms from there. I hope that this video helps out. I'm going to try to get it uploaded because I got a friend who's starting the academy on Monday. Shout out to you. Good luck. Shout out to the other individuals that are starting. Really appreciate you guys viewing the content. Every new amateur YouTuber hopes that their content gets out to people. I will say I didn't actually expect this many individuals who were starting to really get into these videos. I appreciate it, and I'm glad to see that I'm helping you guys out. I hope I can help you guys out more. That's the goal of this channel, and so far, we're accomplishing it, and you guys are helping me out. Y'all have a good rest of your weekend. I'll see you on the next video.